Okay, so this is to show you how to record transaction. Let's say if you want to record an expense. So let's look at recording an expense first. So first you go to accounting. Then under accounting you see expenses. Then you click on record expense, the button up here. Okay, so if the expense you are recording relates to a vendor, it could be that maybe a purchase you made from a vendor, or maybe you owe a vendor that you want to pay or whatever. So you can pick up the vendor from here. You just click on the vendor's drop down menu, then you pick one. If it doesn't relate to any vendor too, you can just leave it blank and then type in the name here, the name of the payer here. So it could be maybe payment to the order of maybe Alexander Nketia. So if there is any note you want to add, you get it. So maybe for purchase of maybe a brand new laptop. So expense category. So this particular expense that you are recording, under which category is it going to fall? This section is only helping you to group your transactions. Sorry, I made a mistake here. So this is going to be like maybe for I don't have computers here, so I can just click on the plus icon to add a new category. If the category I want to put this transaction is not already listed here, I can simply click on this plus to add a new category. So maybe computers. So this particular category doesn't have anything to do with the accounting. It's just only helping you to group your the various areas you spend money. You get it. When we get to mapping the transaction, then we can actually define which account this transaction should be posted into. So the transaction date, maybe, so I'll just leave it as today. Then the amount, let's say 5,000. Then customer. So sorry, if the transaction or the expense you are recording relates to a particular customer, so you can also pick up the customer from here. Maybe it is an expense we are recording under maybe a project we are working on for maybe Total Energies. So you can also link this expense to that particular customer. So you see, when you select a customer, it automatically brings another drop down menu. That's the project. So if this transaction is related to a customer, you pick up the customer from here and then you link it to the particular project. So maybe I think if there is any project, you can begin typing the name here. I don't know if there is any project defined for Total. Okay, I have one campaign here, Total Excellium campaign. So the billable, if it is something that the client will pay later on, maybe you are making this expense and you bill the client later on, you can mark it as billable. If not to, you can just uncheck it. Then you come here, so you can leave these ones blank. So payment mode, if it was paid by through bank transfer, check, cash or mobile money or what have you, maybe it was paid through check. So you just put in the check number, maybe sorry, 000, maybe 25245. Then you just click on save. So it's been recorded. So if you have the receipt for this expenditure, you can just simply scan it, click on the attach receipt, and then upload it into the system. Then, so after the expense has been recorded, we now have to map it and into the accounting system. We now have to post the transaction into the ledger so that the individual or the respective account gets debited. So we come to um, under accounting. Everything we are doing now is under accounting. So first we looked at the expenses. Now we will come to transactions. So you click on transactions, and then you see there are various options here. We have sales, expenses, purchase. So what we are looking for is we just recorded an expense. So we just click on expenses. Then it will give us all the expenses we've recorded so far. And those ones that are showing the green the green buttons beside them has not been mapped. So you see under mapping. So you can just click on the green icon for it to be mapped, or you can point to when you point to the transactions, you see below the name, you see mapping. This one too, you see mapping. When you point at it, the mapping shows up. So the one I just recorded right now is the very first one. That is Alexander Ketia, amount being 5,000. Then category, which is computers and internet, was paid through check. So I will just click on mapping, and then the payment account. So I will select a payment account. That is the bank account where the payment was made from. You get it. So maybe I can just pick um if it was paid from Access Bank, I can pick Access Bank, and then deposit to this is the respective account that we are posting this transaction into. This is an expense, so we can look up for the account that we should post this. Maybe I don't know if we have computers. Okay, let's see, office. Okay, let me put it under office expenses. You just click on save. So when you click on save, the mapping is done. You get it. It's been done. So um, let me click on save. So you see, once it's mapped, the status changes from has not been mapped to has been mapped, and that is done. You get it. So you can do so for all the other transactions that has been recorded in here. You need to map each and every one of them. So that is it for recording expenses. Thank you.